Hello everyone!
Welcome back to
Drink Green Fabio! Today we have an ultimate video for you all. It is our Drink Green
What are we gonna say?
Drink Green Fabio 2022 Book Awards! Yes.
Yeah. For the year, I read 106 books and read 43,013 pages.
Amazing. I read 87 books and I read 29,451 pages.
We're crazy.
We have 22 awards, so this is about to get crazy.
Are you guys ready?
And we're gonna be real.
Let's do it.
Welcome to our slumber party.
All right.
Okay.
So we're gonna start off with the smallest book of the year. Our shortest book.
Shortest book.
Shortest book of the year.
My award for my shortest book goes to Fracture Me, which is one of the novellas in the Shatter Me series, and it's 72 pages.
Woo!
Short.
Mine is the second book of the Mindfuck series, which is 98 pages.
Nice.
Moving on to our biggest book of the year.
Big book.
Books. I like big books that I cannot lie. I want a big book.
I want a big book. My big book. My big boy. Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. I think it's 960 pages.
Whoa,
So,
big boy.
she a big boy.
Big boy.
Yeah. Okay, what about you?
Mine is Kingdom of Ash from the Throne of Glass series. It is 980 pages.
Wow, she a big boy
She
too.
a big boy.
Big
So
boy.
good.
Our next award is for the book we started the year with.
Let's do it.
Okay. I started the year off with We Are Not Like Them by Christine Pride and Joe Piazza. This one was kind of a different book for me, but I got it in a Once Upon a Book Club box. I think I rated it a 4. Yeah, I would say it's maybe 4, maybe 3.5. It was good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Love it. The first book I started the year off with was A Court of Mist and Fury from the Agatar series.
What a one to start with.
What a one to start the year off with. Yes, I finished the first one right after Christmas, so
Yeah.
I went straight into the second one. You guys know.
We were reading these on the train, I remember.
Yes.
Mm.
And it's just such a blast. You guys know the story. It's everywhere. I rated it a 5.
Mm.
Come on.
Come on.
Next we have our last books of the year.
Yes. So I finished off the year with the last book in the Shatter Me series, Imagine Me by Tahare Mafi. Basically, Shatter Me is about a girl who has lethal touch, and it's like a dystopian YA book, and it's really fun and crazy. And I liked it a lot. I rated this a 4 stars.
And I ended the year off with Icebreaker
Don't.
by Hannah Grace. Guys, I did not like this book. I did not like this book, and honestly, I think it's what stopped me from reading another book at the end of the year.
No.
I finished this right before Christmas, and I was like, I kind of had to take a break.
Yeah,
It
you're
was
like,
that bad.
we need a moment of silence.
I really needed a moment of silence.
Whoops. Next we have our prettiest cover. Y'all.
Yeah. You had a lot of pretty covers.
I did, but this one, prettiest. For sure. Like, look at that rose gold. She's giving rose gold. The inside
Yeah.
with the gold foil and mauve pink. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Give me all the princess vibes. I'm loving it.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I didn't have that many, like, super beautiful covers. I mean, they all were pretty and cute, but none that, like, really stood out to me. But I just really love the In 5 Years by Rebecca Searle cover. It's really cute and simplistic, but the stars are foil gold, the little bridge. I think it's just so elegant. I like her.
Yeah, she's pretty. I don't think I said even the name. I just was like, this one.
This one.
It's Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. This is like the spin-off series of Caraval, and it's really good. I rated it a 5.
I rated this one a 4, I think. Or 5. I think I rated it a 5, actually.
I think you did too.
It was good.
Next we have our best or most favorite podcast book. So here we go.
I chose my Blackout, which is One Indecent Night, because, like, obviously it's gonna be fun if it's a blackout. It's so bad that you are, like, laughing while you're reading it.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
So basically, in our Drink Read Fabio podcast, we switch off on who gets to read a really cringy, horrible romance book, and so that these are what those books are. And when she says blackout, she means we rate our books on how drunk you need to be to say you actually enjoyed the book. So it was the worst.
It was Blackout.
I also picked my blackout book.
Woo! Blackout!
Because it's so bad, it's so good, you know? So this is Christmas Wolf Surprise by Terry Spear, and we'll put links to our videos of both of these, but this was hilarious.
Oh my god.
I mean, werewolves, come on. It's so funny.
Next we have the award for the book that just didn't make sense, where you're reading it and you're like, what's going on?
Yeah.
So I have Finale by Stephanie Garber, which is the last book of the Caraval series that I really did not like, which breaks Sophia's heart.
Yeah, because I read it.
Guys, if you asked me what this book was about, I couldn't tell you.
Oh, it's crazy.
I couldn't tell you. I was so lost, so confused. I just wanted to get it over with. I was just trying to finish it because there's like, I think it jumps between like 4 different POVs. It jumps from one sister to the next, and it's all over the place. I could not with this one. I could not tell you what happened. I can't tell you.
Yeah, it was kind of wild. It was wild.
It was wild.
She was a wild time. I picked November 9th by Colleen Hoover.
Oh, really?
It wasn't that I was like confused. It was more just like, why, girly? Why you do this to us? I was just like, this just doesn't make sense, and it's rude. And there were a lot of times where we both like, that was dumb, or the character said something dumb, or like the main big plot twist in it, we were both like, huh?
Yeah.
Why? Why'd she have to do that?
Yeah.
So, Miss Colleen, I don't know.
Why do you gotta do that?
And it was also just like me reading it going, why does everyone else like love this? You know? That's why I just don't get it. It doesn't make sense. That's why I picked it. Next we have award for the biggest plot twist. So we both have the same one. The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. We didn't see this coming.
It's a thriller, and it's one of the best thrillers ever.
Yeah, it's so
say.
good. It's just unexpected. I didn't see the plot twist coming in a million years.
Me neither. And I'm pretty good at guessing them. I'd say you are too.
Yeah.
We're pretty good at guessing them. We've read a lot of books, and this really came out of nowhere. Great thriller.
It's basically about a woman who comes home and shoots her husband in the face 6 times and then doesn't speak again. And she goes to this like mental ward, and this man named Theo is a psychotherapist and wants to work with her and try to uncover what happened.
Yep.
And get her to talk.
5 stars.
And it's really good.
5 stars.
5 stars.
Next we have our biggest book talk fail. Books that other people are hyping it up that we did not like.
Yeah.
So I'm doing a repeat. Because, guys, this book is not good. Icebreaker is not, I don't get it. I don't get the hype.
I DNF'd it, and I never DNF books, but I just couldn't.
It's on so many people's favorite book lists of the year. Like, favorite books of the year. I've seen it on at least 5 people's favorite books of the year. I don't get it.
That just tells me that you girlies are horny. Okay?
Because that was the only good part. Were the sex scenes.
It was all the whole book. Well, the parts that I read.
The plot isn't... Anyway.
Anyway, you girlies are gonna come for me. Okay. Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. Kate loves this book.
I love this book.
The more I think about it, the more mad this book makes me.
That's the point. It's supposed to make you mad.
But it's not the characters, it's the whole book itself. The writing. Whenever I hear other people talk about why they don't like this book, it just goes along. I'm just like, there are parts that are very cute and I love Atlas, but I don't, it's not it. Yeah.
Now we're getting into the serious awards, guys. We're giving you our best authors of the year. So how we're gonna do authors is we're gonna give a bronze, we're gonna give a silver, and we're gonna give a gold. Then we're gonna have a wild card or honorable mention.
Yeah.
So, do you want to start off with your bronze?
Sure. I have Taylor Jenkins Reid as my bronze.
I'm shocked she's not higher.
I love Taylor Jenkins Reid, but her books are like encapsulating, but they don't make me crave to read and flip the page. Does that make sense? Like, they're very interesting and I think about them, but I'm not like, oh my gosh, this is so like exciting, you know?
Yeah, you don't get jazzed.
I don't get jazzed, but I think she's a great writer and I love her stories.
My bronze author is our gal Colleen Hoover.
How dare this is
Yeah. I just think, there's a reason why the world is obsessed with her. There's a reason why so many people have read all of her books, that her name is out there. She is one of the biggest book celebrities of our time. And it's because as an author, she is so smart. Her stories flow, and I think her writing is so encapsulating. I can finish one of her books in one sitting. I did. I read It Starts With Us in a 5-hour sitting, just because her writing is so easy to just want to keep flipping the page and keep going. And I think that is just so powerful as an author and such a gift to have that not a lot of authors have. You can still be a good author and not have this, but it really takes someone special to be able to create and just like create a community that she has created. So that's why she's a bronzy
girl. My silver author is Stephanie Garber. I read a lot of her books this year.
You really did.
And I don't know, she just has something magical in her writing. Like, whether you think the story itself is good, she just has some beautiful one-liners that make her stories feel like modern day fairy tales. And I just think that's so special, and it makes me feel kind of like a child again. And I'm really excited for her to come out with the third book in this series because it's so good.
My silver author is our gal Emily Henry. She's so cute. She just knows how to make a good rom-com. She has that humor, that uniqueness to her stories, and especially in a world nowadays where so many romance stories are getting super repetitive and the same things are happening, she finds a way to make them fresh and new and unique, which I think is really special and what puts her on top.
Number one.
Come on. It's Sarah J. Maas.
It's Sarah J. Maas. Are you kidding me? She has us all in a fucking chokehold, girl.
And I'm happy to be there.
And I'm happy to be there.
In that chokehold.
We are happy to be there. Girl, the amount I think about these books once a week. Once a day. Honestly.
I'm about to start listening to the audiobook after I finish Harry Potter.
Oh my god, yes.
I have to.
Yeah, I'm gonna reread them because I need to relive. I need to relive now that I know what I know.
I've read every single one of her books this year. Besides
the
first ACOTAR I read last year at the very end, but I've read every single one of her books this year. That's how much of a chokehold she has on me.
Yeah, you were like...
I was like, well, Guess I'm dedicating my life to you.
Yes.
She's so good.
Anyway.
Moving on. So next we have wild card author.
I have Jeanette McCurdy. This is just a wild card because this is a different type of book, and I think it was brilliant. I've talked about this before on our in our videos, but I think it was beautifully vulnerable, and I think she's very brave to tell this story, and she
So
did
well
it
done.
with humor. It's just exquisite.
It's so good.
Amazing. It's so good.
The hype is worth it.
Mm-hmm.
The hype is worth it. My wild card author is Tracy Wolff, who wrote the Crave series. This is a book that is not talked about enough. This series needs more hype. It's so cute, so good, so well written, and her humor is really cool. She writes like no one else, which I really love. And her creativity is out of this world. It still flows really well. And it's just, again, another book that you won't find anywhere else. Another story you literally could not even think of. It's so creative and so wild. Wild card. Tracy Wolff. Read the Crave series. It's so good. It's so good.
Next we have Biggest Disappointment. So
We are the same book.
yeah. Some of you girlies are gonna be, but if you've watched it, you already know.
Sorry. We have a whole video on this.
You guys, I don't get it.
I don't get it either. I wanted to like this book so
I was so
bad.
excited for this series.
Sophia talked this, before she even read it, talked this book up to me because of how interesting and how fun it sounded and how much all of you liked it.
Yeah. What the heck?
It was not good.
It's not.
It's
This first
not.
one's pretty okay.
I still rated it like a 2.5.
I was disappointed though.
Yeah.
And then it just gets worse.
The second one was
third.
really bad. The third one at least got a little bit better towards the end, but the second,
Except the way they ended the third one is
Ugh.
trash.
it was just bad.
Y'all, I don't get it.
Next.
Y'all led us astray on this.
You did. What boyfriend?
Book boyfriend? Okay. If you watched our videos, you already know. You already know.
I'm not even gonna hold up my book.
He's not, well, he is in this book, but he's not the star of this book, but...
Cassian! It's Cassian.
Are you kidding me?
He's perfect.
He's literally sexy as frick.
Perfect.
Oh my god.
I would touch his
Him.
wings. I'd get all up in those wings.
Him in the last book, are you...
Him
Are
in
you-
all the books. I was obsessed with him from day one.
Oh yeah, in this book especially, I was like...
Oh my gosh, so sweet. So sweet.
He's giving golden retriever, jokester. I'm
Everything you
living
ever
for
want.
it.
Anything you would ever want.
And then he's just hot as.
Yeah.
You're kidding me.
You're kidding.
And then when he trains them, oh my god.
Oh, I forgot about that part.
I'm dead. Okay.
So good. All right.
Favorite female character?
Yes. Favorite female.
Farrah. Duh. Yo.
Glad we agree.
Yo.
We didn't do this together.
Sarah J. Maas, she just knows how to write those characters. Yo, I want to be Farrah.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
I want to be her.
I'm not.
I'm not her.
But I would love.
I would love to be her.
Oh, she's perfect.
And Cassian, I would love to
Perfect.
be with him.
I would love to marry that guy.
So
That man's. There we go. Sarah J. Maas.
you just can't get better.
She knows how to write sexy men and badass bitches.
Yeah, badass bitches that we want to be. We all want to be them.
She's so good at it. And all of them. Sophia's gonna read Throne of Glass next year.
This year.
Sophia's gonna read Throne of Glass this year. I'm so excited
When
for
the
her
new
to start-
covers,
when the new
come,
covers
out, y'all know.
And all of her books. Badass bitches, sexy ass men.
We love it. That's all I need in my life. Okay.
Next, we're gonna go into our best series. So,
Do you Guys, did you guess? Was it a surprise?
Was it a surprise? You guys know.
You guys
We've talked
know.
about it enough. Anyway, next.
Next, now we're getting into book awards, like the best book in each genre.
Yes. So these are like our nominees for best book.
Yes.
So we're gonna start off with best fiction novel of the year.
Yeah. The Giver by Lois Lowry. This is like, I would say, dystopian fiction, but still fiction nonetheless. And I read this in middle school, and I read it now as an adult this past year, and it held up, but also meant so much more to me now as an adult. It made me cry, which I don't really cry a lot in books. I just think it's beautifully written, even though it's so small, and I think it packs a punch and makes you think. And that's what I loved about it.
My favorite fiction of the year was Anxious People by Frederick Backman. Again, another beautifully written book. Makes you think about the world, and kind of leaves you feeling whole and loved and like warm, but also gets you thinking about how we treat others and how we appreciate those around us and how we appreciate the world in general. It's beautiful. Read it. I want to read his other books so bad.
Yes.
It's on my list.
Good. Oh, shit.
The Rose.
Best thriller. The Mindfuck series.
Guys.
It's a series, but like, it's like kind of one book. Because the books are all really small, and this is like the whole
You
thing.
can only buy this version. You can't buy the books, because it was an ebook to start out with.
Yeah.
And then they printed it when it became really popular. And so you can only buy them all together as one ginormous book.
Yes. But it's a romance thriller about this female serial killer and an FBI male who end up like having a romance together, and he's the FBI agent that is looking for her, but he doesn't know she's the serial killer, and she's basically seeking revenge, but I won't say what. And that's all I can tell you without spoiling anything, but it's so good. Check out the trigger warnings for this book, because there are a lot, and it's very violent and graphic. So caution, but it's so good. So good. I loved it so much.
Yeah, it's really good. My favorite thriller of the year was Every Last Secret by A.R. Torr. This book put me in a chokehold. I would think about this book all day when I wasn't reading it, and then the minute I got home, all I wanted to do was read it. It was insane. I hadn't had a book do that to me probably since Akatar. So I was fully invested in this, and just the way that it's written is so creepy and like makes you feel icky, but also you love it. I don't know. It's so good. Definitely check it out. All right, guys. Now we're getting to the really tricky subjects, because it's a lot harder of a choice. So we have best romance novel of the year. I think we have the same one.
Yeah.
Yep. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. You guys.
Mine's upside down.
This book is so cute. It's everything you want in a romance book and more. And these characters are the sweetest little...
We've talked so much about these books.
But it's best friends to lovers. And we got lake house summer romance. It's childhood best friends to lovers, which makes it even better.
It's so good.
And they love books together. So read it.
Read it.
It's freaking cute as heck.
And next we have best fantasy of the year.
All right. So my favorite fantasy out of all the Court of Thorns and Roses ones was A Court of Wings and Ruin. Girl, I just love some drama. I love some drama in my books. And this one is drama, okay? She is all about the war. So there's a lot of drama with all the different clans, people, and I loved that everyone is involved in this book. All things get mixed up and messy, and I lived for it. And that romance. I love when a man fights for his woman.
Yeah.
But also when the woman doesn't need the man to fight for him. It kills me.
So good. My favorite was The Throne of Glass, which is technically the second book in the series. It's so good. It's like Hunger Games vibes, but meets like royalty. So they're in a castle and there's a prince and the king, but like also they're trying to kill each other. So good. And definitely my favorite book in the series, and such a good fantasy book. It has everything you want in a fantasy. All right.
The time you've all been waiting for. The best book of the whole year. This is tricky because
This is tricky.
I love all my babies.
They're my children.
They're my babies. How can I just pick one? But we're doing it.
So my favorite book of the year was A Court of Silver Flames, which is the last book of ACOTAR. It is my favorite book of all time, probably. I was just so invested in these characters. I can't even tell you who the characters are because it'll ruin everything. I just almost did. So
Yep.
I loved them so much, and it brought so much humanity to some of the characters, and then they go on an adventure, and it's so hot and sexy, but also adventurous, and has everything you could ever want in a book.
Yeah.
It's thrilling, it's romantic, it's fantasy, it's literally anything you could ever want, plus the best characters.
Yeah.
And a great character arc.
Yeah.
So good. My favorite book ever.
And I already talked about it. Y'all, we're telling you, these books,
Gotta
it's all I think about, okay?
Have to.
A Court of Wings and Ruin. It's my favorite one. It's tied with this. It's tied with this
Court
one.
of Silver Flame.
But,
It beats it by a little bit.
yeah, because I think I like this couple better. But I do.
We know more about that couple.
Yeah, exactly.
more.
You're more invested in this couple at this point. And this one's a new couple. But we won't say. I just love them. And the more people I see talk about them and like see TikToks about them, the more I love it. Because I'm
Yeah.
just like, people are so smart and find the intricacies in her writing and stuff. And I'm like,
Sarah J. Maas, you are a wizard genius.
she's like,
She's so smart.
she's like
That's why I want to read it again. Or listen
J.K.
to it.
Rowling level. She
Even better.
connects.
Honestly, maybe even better.
Well,
She really does.
I don't think Sarah J. Maas is transphobic.
No, so she already wins.
So she already wins.
She already wins. Yeah. Anyway.
Anyway,
That was our award ceremony!
oh my god.
What a year.
What a year. Do you agree with the Academy?
Too bad.
Do you agree? Yeah, too bad because they won in our hearts.
Because we know that they're the best.
Because it's our channel. Okay.
Anyway.
I
hope you guys enjoyed our awards ceremony. You know what to do? Like, subscribe, follow us on TikTok, follow us on Instagram, and we will see you next time on Drink Read Fabio. Bye.